Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Kat, and I am back with another video. Alright guys, so on this video, this is Miss Fantasia and her husband. And when I tell y'all they are dropping some gems, they are definitely dropping gems. Especially on how they leave everything outside of their home doors. No one is bigger than the other one in their household. They do not wear crowns or saying that they don't have crowns in their home. So yeah, guys, just take a listen in and let me know what you think down in the comments below after you hear what they have to say. All right.
People, period, especially the youth. But when Ken came home and was telling me about some of these young people and the stories that they were telling him, and definitely got to turn up my prayer life to keep my husband covered, because what he's doing, the enemy is very upset about. The enemy desires to snatch our youth, especially our young men. So to any women that's watching, a woman that's watching this right now, and you have a son, and you are looking for a program, not just because it's my husband, it's a very good program to teach our young black men especially, to reteach them what we've been taught. That's totally wrong. So salute to you, honey. I'm taking you out of town tomorrow. I really am.
All right, it's been fun tonight, man. Y'all hold it down.
We're going out of town. We're going out of town tomorrow because at the end of the day, I know what it feels like to carry so much weight on your shoulders, especially when it comes to being a blessing to other people. You understand what I'm saying? I know what it feels like when you step outside of your house, when you have children and you have a family, but you're going out to be a blessing to other families and other households. I know what that feels like. So when my husband comes home, I'm the first one to lift him up. And I've been seeing him go really, really hard. We've been going hard together, but I've been doing a little stage thing. You know what I'm saying? I get out there and you know what I'm saying? I do my little thing. But my baby is starting something that is fresh. It's a newborn baby. And what the world says we can't do, he's going out and he's doing. So I'm going to take care of my men. I think my men.
Don't call me, don't text me, don't
Please don't, because you will
don't.
not get an answer.
Right.
I think I'm done with, I just want to shout all our people out. Oh, God, no, wait. I got to say to people up at the W in Atlanta, I have to do this. I know this is, y'all took such good care of all of us. If you go to ATL, Shouty, and you're looking for a spot to go to the W. What was her name? Katisha? Katisha, thank you for that massage. Thank you for pouring into my life. Thank you for allowing your son to bring me tea and honey and little stuff that I wasn't even trying to bother y'all. But y'all were amazing. So thank you. We have to shout out people who take care of us.
I want to say thank you, Katisha, too, because ain't no Kevin or no Kurt or no Craig going to give my wife no massage in the first place. So... So, Katisha, I want to say salute. Ain't gonna happen, Captain.
Nah.
Speaking of W, Women's Expo, we will be doing a couple cities with the book promo, doing some, keynote speaking and then book signing and touching the people. We had a great experience down in Atlanta, so we're partnering with the Women's Expo to take this to a couple different states, so stay tuned for those bulletins to come out.
Do you have those? Dallas, we're going to go to Dallas in October 22nd. I love Dallas.
So many dates with so many companies.
Jersey. 29th. So if there's anybody from Jersey on here, we'll be there on the 29th. Going back to Jacksonville, Florida on the 5th of November.
I know there's a couple others pending, but we're just trying to make sense of everything. Our family is going in different directions sometimes, like Kezi's here, Kezi's there. She loves to travel. But as best possible, we're going to try to hit as many cities and make contact and have fun with this book. Again, Color Purple is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I think there's been two things that I've watched you do that I was the most proud of. It's movie because you killed. You killed. And it's not just about the movie. You didn't allow Celia to come home. And I really appreciated that, you know, because that role to have the code switch and that capacity to come home. And I ain't going to lie to you. I made it hard for her to play Celia. I know I did. Because every day I'm telling you, you beautiful. You great. You know what I mean? You gorgeous. And then you got to go on set and be something that's the opposite.
No, you made it. No, thank you for that.
Oh, word.
Yeah, because the first time I played Celia on Broadway, that was hard because I went home to that voice by myself. I went home to that voice in bad relationships. So it just made it even worse.
I wasn't having that.
I thank you, baby.
That moment, and when you sang with the orchestra at the Kennedy Center. And it's more precious to me because y'all didn't get to see it. You know what I mean? I have to share a lot with my wife. So that was a sacred situation. If you wasn't in the building, then, you know, so what you did was just incredible. You know, standing there flat-footed and singing with all those pieces. But the fact that it evaporated. You know, nobody can see it again. You can't repost it. Like, it was a very sacred moment, you know, because I didn't have to share that with the world.
Thank you. It's something I think I want to bring back. You know what I'm saying? We kind of did it with the Christmas thing.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so now that we got that out the way, so we have to shout out our people, and it's probably going to be more sponsors, more people coming along that we want to show some love to. Again, beyond expectations, straight up.
Y'all be killing, man.
Y'all be killing.
Y'all
they did
murdered
my baby
the baby shower.
And then after that, the baby called them to do his cousin's baby shower. Like, you guys are dope, and it's a family. It's a family thing that I tend to really cherish because you don't see that a lot. And your sister is really doing her thing. She's such a sweetheart, so thank y'all. We'll be doing more things together. All right. What's the problem over there, boys? Nothing? Huh? Multitasking. I had somebody to ask me the question. They were like, why no crowns in the castle? Yeah. Why no crown? What do y'all mean by no crowns? And I get people to ask me that actually a lot. Because let's use Mr. Ray, for example. Mr. Ray is our driver. Shout out to Mr. Ray.
Mr. Ray.
Even though he's a bit of a race car driver, we love you, Mr. Ray. You could slow down a little bit because you be scaring us. But you take good care of us. Mr. Ray asked us a question when we got on the Sprinter the other day. Boom. Okay. Yeah, you were in the airport, Trav. So when we got on the Sprinter, he just asked us out the blue, like, how did he say it?
Paraphrasing, he basically was saying, how do we not allow the travel, the lights, the energy to consume us or impact our home or our marriage? And it kind of evolved from there.
Yeah. And all of our questions came so easy that I almost felt like Mr. Ray thought we was lying. Straight up, because he had this look on his face. So the both of us were just kind of like, well, it's easy. And he kept saying, how? And I was like, well, one, we're in the world, but we're not of the world. So the way we do things is totally different. Two, our family comes first. Before all of this, our family comes first. Three, this is just what we've been called to do, so we come out here and do it, and we just go back home and get back to our regular life. So he's like, so who drives y'all around at home? Me and Ken started laughing.
And that's what he said. He said, but y'all don't do your own grocery shopping, do you? I was like, Ray.
Yeah.
Ray.
He was serious, though. Yeah. He was like, so who drive? I was like, well, we both got license, Mr. Ray. We drive ourselves. And actually, if you ever get tired, me or Travis will take this thing over for you, okay? He asked us who does our grocery shopping. We told him we do. It was something else he asked. How do we keep our kids humble? He said, so Keziah, he asked us what kind of car we drive. And so we answered. And he asked us, was Keziah like kind of aware of what kind of car we drive?
All Keziah knows, does it have a TV or not?
I was like, no. And I said, actually, Mr. Ray, my son isn't really caught up into that either. Now my 21-year-old knows about it, but as you can see, Travis and Derikas knows too, and Nice knows, and she's not really caught up into that stuff either. And that's because we didn't really present it in a way of like, this is what you gotta have. I think what we presented was love, peace, God first. Go after your dreams, but your dreams don't have to be, you ain't gotta be a rapper, you ain't gotta be a singer, you ain't gotta be a YouTuber, you ain't gotta be like, whatever your passion is, go after and do it in love. Treat people right, and people will treat you right. Right? So I'm gonna ask you the question. I'm gonna interview you tonight. Why no crowns in the castle?
Well, like,
you better be prepared too, because I'm a good interviewer.
and they got some questions too, so don't let them slip away, bruh. No crowns in the castle is important because I know we've watched single-handedly different relationships, marriages, dating couples, engaged couples in the industry, whether it's music, athletics, movies, anything in the entertainment sphere. If you take that energy to your house, you know that person already has to share you with the world. Has to, be in co-partnership with society in this, silent agreement, that society makes with certain people. We're going to lift you up. We also reserve the right to tear you down with 30 days notice. You know what I mean? It can be a lot. The only place you can find solace and peace and serenity is being able to disconnect from that. So it doesn't matter if you're an entertainer or whether you're a doctor or you have your bachelor's or you have your master's in this, that, to the third, or you're a very successful entrepreneur. That's what you do. That's not who you are.
I like that you said that, yeah.
And sometimes we raise what we do up in arguments. We raise what we do when we're trying to back out of corners of accountability. Yeah. We raise up these facades of these things that we do, but never dealing with the true essence of who we are. So no crowns in the castle for us is saying, yes, when we walk out that front door, she know who she is. I know who I am. I'm going to say that again. When we walk out that door, she knows who she is. I know who I am, not what we do. Yeah. Okay? What we do is only encountered when we run into somebody else or we have to show up for work. Yeah. But as we come back and forth and enter in and out of this house, it's about knowing who we are, not what we do. So no crowns in the castle means what happens if you start letting what you do become the identity of your household. That is a very dangerous place to be, because then your household and the inner workings of your supposed to be harmonious atmosphere is contingent upon social opinion. This has to be a place where social opinion can't penetrate me, a place where social opinion doesn't distract me from my sense of self-worth and identity, to where I can raise my kids and love on my wife. Because if I bring what I do home, I'll be trying to be a chauvinist. I'll be trying to get you up under my thumb. I will be letting certain insecurities or whatever and toxic masculinity run my house, because that's what the world will celebrate me for. But when I'm constantly reminded of who I am and I look at you and I see who you are, it keeps me humble to how I'm supposed to operate in spite of all those things. So that was the beginning of it. Now inside of that, that's what we basically are letting you do, is we're saying, we're on Taylor Talks right now. You see Kendal and Fantasia. You look at us through a certain lens. That book allows you to peel beyond that lens to see how the man who knows who he is and the woman who knows who she is deals with real life-ish blended families, dealing with, crooked business people, dealing with insecurities and having moments of being unsure within ourselves. How do we overcome those? How do we handle balance now that we have so many different businesses doing different things? How do we check ourselves, two alphas, one name? Because you're a giant. And I'm a giant. We knew that from the first time we met.
Climb that tree.
I wanted to jump
Timber!
in.
I like to climb that. Okay, go ahead.
I wanted to ask you something, Kendall, about what you was just saying. There are a lot of people listeners, whether it be couples or married people, that subject of turning that person off when you come home. How do you know that person is, because most people don't know that person is still on. And you got two partners you got one partner that's trying to tell the person that you haven't turned off. But when you're that person, you can't tell that sometimes you can't identify or recognize that you still on.
It's all about a safe space. I think that's the most dangerous thing when it comes to this power couple tag. Excuse me, because you're marrying like they did back in the day, like Bridgerton or something crazy like that, where you're joining for power.
Whoop. Okay.
You're joining for power. So when you start thinking of power couples, we love to see these big name couples link up together because it represents a multiplication of power. But the most powerful people have the greatest weaknesses. The most powerful people have the deepest traumas. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So in order for me to turn off this title that I carry, I need to feel safe. Because sometimes people dive into their work or dive into their kids or dive into service, even dive into volunteering because they, I want to say this the right way.
You trying to step on those toes.
Yeah. Okay. At the end of the day, right, in me and my wife's relationship, it took years for us to truly feel safe. Because no matter what the world threw at my wife, she always knew I could stand flat foot and sing and blow this joint down, and then I can push that away from me. But in marriage, I'm drawing closer to you. I'm getting away from the noise. It's getting quieter.
All right, guys, so I am going to drop a part 2 because it is a little lengthy. So just be on the lookout for my part 2 of this video. All right, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell once you are done. Peace.